Hello, this is Teresa with Stampin' with Teresa, and today I'd like to show you a card using this beautiful Power of Hope stamp set and the Stone 3D embossing folder, which is currently in the Sale-A-Bration catalog, which means you can only get this for free. Really? Free. Okay, free with purchase. And you'd have to spend $100. But, I mean, can you think of all the fun goodies you can get with $100 and get this for free? It is gorgeous. So I am going to show you a fun fold card today. We're going to do a Z-fold card today using this set. So let's get started stamping. We are going to use a petal pink card base today. I have already trimmed and scored the pieces needed for this. Here's a template that I have, and all of this information will be available on my website, which is stampinwithteresa.com, and Teresa is spelled with an H. I'll have a link below the description box to my website, and it will take you to the project sheet for this card, and it will explain the template and everything. But basically, you're going to want to take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, cut it in half lengthwise, so it's like this. So you'll cut it at 4 1/4, and then once you have a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet, you're going to score it at 5 1/2, and then you're going to score it again at 2 3/4, and then you're going to fold it like so. So I have already done that with this piece of petal pink cardstock. So let's just go ahead and use the bone folder here. Sorry, I don't have that right with me. Use our bone folder here to give it a good crease so it stays nice and flat until you're ready to open it. All right. I've already gone ahead and used the stone embossing folder, and look at that beautiful texture that you get. And I also went ahead and used a die cut. I used the layering circle framelit, the one that puts out about a 2 3/8 inch circle. We also are using the Parisian Blossoms designer series paper, which is in the current mini catalog that's good until about June 4th. So from now until June 4th, you can get this gorgeous Parisian themed paper, and it's got some champagne foil accents. Both of these papers are using that accent, and there's the lovely patterns on the back side. But we're going to use this side for today. I've got a scrap of Whisper White cardstock to stamp our sentiment and punch it out with a 2-inch circle punch. And then I've got a layering piece that measures 4 by 5 1/4 that we're just going to put on the inside here. But we are actually going to paper piece and stamp the little geisha girl here that's in here, this beautiful geisha. And we're going to use the sentiment. One other thing we're going to use is, well, a couple other things. The pearlized doilies, which are really lovely. And we're going to use the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Jewels, which are also in the current mini catalog. So I am really excited to share this with you. And also, real quick, just to show you, here's a Sale-A-Bration catalog, and then this is actually kind of toward, was it the middle or the back? Let's see. It's toward the back of the catalog here. There it is. So this is the bundle. Here are a few ideas made using this. So the embossing folder and this is a bundle, and you can only earn it by spending $100 on Stampin' Up! Product. Okay? All right. And again, I will link you to my website below, and you can have all the information on how to order with me 24/7 and, you know, how to get your order up to $100 so you can earn this gorgeous set. Okay. So first things first, let's go ahead and get to stamping. We're going to use the Tuxedo Memento Black ink today. And this is my scrap piece. It's kind of a large scrap, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink this up. We'll go ahead and stamp that. I didn't love that. Let's do it again. Much better. Okay. I love, oh, I'm going to leave that open because we're going to stamp the geisha here in a couple minutes. All right, take our 2-inch punch. We're going to center that right here. Beautiful. Set that scrap aside. We can use the back side of this for another sentiment and make another card. Okay, so we're just going to do all of our Stampin' real quick. So I want to use, actually I said we were going to use this side. I completely lied. We're using this side. And then we're using, wait, did I do it wrong? Let's see, I'm looking at my sample, I'm sorry. So this is gonna be for her kimono. So let's go ahead. This is a layering piece, not a scrap. So my mistake, I got a little confused. It's been a while since I made my sample, so please accept my apologies. Okay, we're paper piecing her. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp her there, because I didn't get enough of her kimono. Let's flip her around here. Okay, there we go. And then we'll flip it around, and we want the parasol on this side, and let's get that beautiful floral pattern there. Perfect. So let's set that aside for just a moment because we're going to trim those pieces out. And I know that fussy cutting's not everybody's favorite thing to do, but for this card, believe me, it's going to be really well worth it. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and stamp her on our Whisper White layering piece. Because this will give us a little basis on which to piece our paper. Okay. So we're done with our stamps, so we can set everything like that aside for now. Put our circle punch away. Next thing is, let's grab our paper snips, which are the world's best paper piecing tool. So let me go ahead and just do a rough cut of this real quick. And then let's go ahead and grab her kimono. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to get kind of right on that black edge here. And I'm going to show you a fun trick to help you avoid seeing the white core. And notice as I'm fussy cutting, this is pretty straight so far, but I am actually I'm moving the paper, not my scissors. That's the key to get smooth transitional lines. Get the collar of her kimono there. Go around her shoulder. I'm going to rough cut the rest of that out to make it a little easier. Okay. I love this pool party and petal pink color combination. It's so pretty. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and kind of trim that off. Okay. See, that was quick and easy. And now we'll do the parasol here. And notice I'm not worrying too much about those scripty edges because we stamped it on here, so that those lines will still show up. Okay, and we are going to cut around her neck and her hair. This is a bit fussy here, but don't worry, we'll get through it. And notice again, since we're going around this curve, we're definitely taking advantage of twisting and turning our paper. The trick is actually seeing what we're doing. There we go. So we went around her head and neck and the top of the collar of her kimono. Go ahead and we'll just finish this up. Okay, and again, don't worry if it feels a little bit sloppy with your fussy cutting. Let me show you that little trick I was talking about. I didn't grab it, but we're going to use my basic black Stampin' marker, or Stampin' Right marker. And we're going to see how there's kind of that white core. We're going to just take our marker and use the side of the brush tip and just carefully color around the edge. So it will give us a really beautiful finished look. It's not going to look like we did a choppy, messy cutting job. And it won't really look fussy cut. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay, we'll do the same thing for the parasol. I don't know where I first learned this trick, but I can tell you it was by watching another YouTuber. Probably somebody like Jennifer McGuire or Christina Werner. They know all the good tricks. Okay. There we go. You can see I made a couple little extra marks on the back, so it's good to take it that way. So if you do slip, you make it on the side that you're not trying to show on the card. So done with that, let's grab our liquid glue here, and we're just going to quickly glue this down. I just trimmed my fingernails this morning, so I have no nails with which to pick these things up. We don't need a ton of this glue. So just go ahead and fit her within the lines. Look at that. That turned out really great. Look how perfectly that fits there. So before we put the parasol on, I want to quickly color her hair, and we're going to use our dark smoky slate Stampin' Blend marker. I'm just going to kind of lay this color down here. And we're going to get her neck also, and I brought out some petal pink to do that. So there's her hair, and we're going to do light petal pink to color her neck and chin area here. Okay. And then also I wanted to ground her. So we can use that same dark smoky slate down here to just kind of sketch in a little bit of ground. Nothing crazy. And then I wanted to use the dark petal pink Stampin' Blend marker to kind of give some dimension to the dress here. So we'll just do a little bit of the collar, and then where the like shadowy lines are, we'll kind of just nothing fancy, just a little bit of coloring. You don't even really need to blend it out, but if you want to, you can. So we'll take the light petal pink and kind of blend that out. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the parasol part, and again, just lightly glue, and we will paper piece this right in and fit it in around her. The nice thing about liquid glue is it gives you that ability to maneuver. Little wiggle room. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Okay, there is a little bit here of little pen gap of hair, so I'm just going to take the basic black marker and kind of fill that in around the edge there. Okay, and then we'll take the dark pool party Stampin' Blend marker and kind of do the same thing. Give this parasol just a little dimension around the spokes of the parasol there, like that. And we are done with our stamping and our coloring. So the next thing we need to do is just quickly assemble this card. So first things first, we can just go ahead and glue this piece down on the inside here. We'll layer with a 1/4 inch or an 1/8 inch border, excuse me. Okay. Nice, very nice. And then when you fold that over, we have a glimpse of her. On the inside, I cut this little layering panel out of that embossed paper just to give it some interesting. We've got a tone-on-tone look here. That stone, 3D stone embossing folder, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm a little sad that it's in the Sale-A-Bration because I would love this to carry over to our annual catalog. And maybe it will, but I have no way of knowing that, unfortunately. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put this beautiful piece of paper right there on that front. Okay, and again with that 1/4 inch border. There. But let's add our sentiment real quick, and let's get out our doily. I completely forgot that I had these in my stash, and I saw them, I was going through them, I'm like, I need to make a card using those, and that's the concept of this card was born because I wanted to use this doily. So let's layer up our circles real quick. Put this in the middle of that embossed petal pink die cut circle. And then we're going to put this on this doily, and we're just going to do the pearlized part front, and then we're going to just put a little bit of glue lightly around the spots where that aren't going to show underneath, and then layer this on just like this and kind of center it up there. There we go. Really pretty. Okay, now that we have that on, so notice we have the back side here, and we're going to put it on halfway here. So we want to be able to still see her parasol, or the geisha, and then center this here like so. So I'm just going to focus on glue on this half of the doily. So flip it over, and it's going to be this half. So I'm just going to put just a little light layer there, and just kind of dot it where it makes sense. Remember, we don't want to glue it anywhere beyond that because we don't want it to stick to the other side. We want it to be able to open up easily. So we'll just go ahead and press that down for a second, give it a chance to bond. And we're just about done. We just need to add our final accent, which is going to be these champagne rhinestones. So let's go ahead and grab these out. Okay, and we can use our take your pick tool, or you can use your scissors, whatever you prefer, that will help you pick up the gem from the pad of paper or the release paper it's on. And I'm just going to put 3 gems, 1 in each size, a daddy, a mommy, and a baby, just like Goldilocks. Okay. Oops. Pretty. These are so pretty. I love this color. It's almost like a rose gold color, actually, which is one of my favorite metals. And I'm excited to say that I've loved rose gold since like the 80s. Or, okay, early 90s. Whenever I first started getting into jewelry, it's been my favorite metal. Okay, and there we have it. This beautiful Z-fold card. I made this card for a friend, which I'm about to send to her, actually. She's a breast cancer survivor, and she really just holds this message of hope close to her heart, and you know, positive attitude and stuff like that. She attributes her survivorship and her ability to get through the process of chemo and all that icky business associated with breast cancer and any kind of cancer, really, but she clings to that hope. And when I showed it to her, she's like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. I might have to buy that set for myself. And she doesn't know that it's going to be coming to her. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today. And again, the dimensions, a project sheet, PDF, totally free, will be on my website, and I'll put the links below, and I'll put all the items and everything just to make your life easy if you'd like to shop. If you already have another demonstrator, I understand. You can buy through your demonstrator. But if you don't have one, or you're looking for a new one, I hope you'll consider me. I'd really love the chance to work with you. So thank you so much. Have a really great day. Bye.